Hello everybody. We are going to next session of cloud computing. The topic is Amazon DynamoDB. So what is Amazon DynamoDB? It is nothing but the database service which is provided by Amazon. Generally databases what we have studied till now is are relational databases, but the database service which is DynamoDB is a NoSQL database. So it has got different features. Once you study databases you will understand them. So what DynamoDB is going to provide is, it is going to provide the database service which is fast and its performance is high and scalability is also there. So we will get a seamless scalability. So what are the advantages why we are going for these services? The administrative burdens from the administrative burdens of operating and scaling the distributed databases, an organization is relieved. So you need not worry about how much hardware is required, how setup should be done and what configurations are required, and how the replication of data is done and how scaling is done. These all burdens and worries the organization should need not worry. DynamoDB service which is the service provided by Amazon will manage all this. So what it also does the encryption. So whenever you want to store your data which is at rest and which is stored at some place, and nobody should see your data, and because sometimes the data is sensitive, so you don't want to show your data. So encryption is also provided with the help of DynamoDB. So and next is what we can do is we can create tables, we can store and retrieve any amount of data, and data can be served any level of request on traffic. Means what, whenever on internet also you want to see this data, this is easily available. So DynamoDB is used for creating tables which can store and retrieve data and any amount of data at any point of time. And what more we can do is scaling up and scaling down of your tables is done automatically, you need not worry. So you can scale up or scale down your tables throughout throughput capacity without downtime or performance degradation. Also you can do the monitoring with the help of with the help of AWS management console, how the resources are utilized and what are the performance metrics. These all also you can change, how data is accessed, what is its performance, how data is stored and retrieved, at what and how much time it is taken to retrieve and store the data. Those details also you can see with the help of this console, AWS management console, which will give you all the metrics. And whenever you want to delete any expired item from the table, that is also done, and automatically it will be done by this DynamoDB service, which will reduce our storage usage and the cost of storing data. So sometimes we may not know that some data is not required. So some settings are given through which any data which is expired and which is not required can be deleted. These all are advantages with the help of DynamoDB. So what we are going to do is, we are going to do some hands on this. So I am going to create a table, feed data in the table and retrieve the data from the table using DynamoDB. So we are going to this. So we are on the home screen of Amazon Web Services. So if I want to go to DynamoDB, I will search for DynamoDB. So once you type over here, you will get this. You go to the home screen of DynamoDB. So it looks like this. So on the dashboard of DynamoDB looks like this. I want to create a table. I just click on create table. So once this clicked, you need to enter some table name. Suppose if I want to create an employee table, so I give the name as employee, and this is like partition key is like, it is almost like a primary key, so through which you can uniquely identify your row. So I will give employee number as primary key and it is a number type, so I will change the data type to number. Next I want to do on sorting based on something, I say department number, based on that I want to do the sorting. So again this is also a number, I will change it to a number. So default settings will be there. This is the fastest way to create your table, and you can modify these settings now or whenever after you create the table you can do that. So the one way of doing this is, another way is you can customize your settings. So you have something called DynamoDB standard and DynamoDB standard IA. So this is general purpose table class which is recommended, and here the data is frequently available and access throughout. Here you want infrequent access is there. So whenever you don't want to access some data from a table using which is infrequent, so then they will go for the setting. So generally we will go with default settings. So default settings are this, if you can see how much capacity is given. So there are some default capacity limit is given, read capacity, write capacity they have given, these all are defaults, so we need not worry regarding that. So now we are going to create a table. Once I click create a table, table will be created. So you see table is created. So these all details you can see how this table is created, whatever settings we have done, those all is shown over here. So deletion protection we have not given anything, so it is off. So now once this table is created, I want to see the details of this. So it is still taking time. Yes, now it is created. Once it is created, what all actions I want to perform, I can check this. So here it gives the actions. So here I want to insert data, so that is done using explore items. This option is shown over here as well as it is shown over here. So either I can select from here or I can select from here. I say explore items. So this is where I can insert the items. So here if you see items returned, so now there are no items available, that is why it is showing no items. So I want to insert some data, that is nothing but create item. I say create item. So it is asking for employee number, I say 1, and then department number I say 101. So this data create item, once I say, this row will be created, and once it is created you will see over here. I want to add one more data, I can do it again. So employee number I say 2 and department number I say 202, but I want to add one more attribute to this, so I can add. So this is the advantage, that attribute will be of type, if I say string, it will be string. I want to give as department name. So department name I will say as technical department. So this is what is the advantage in NoSQL. So in our relational databases, all rows will be having same attribute, all the values will be same for all the rows, but here one row can have one value, another row can have another attribute. So previously I had added only two things, now I can add, I am adding one more attribute to that row, that is nothing but department name. So I say create item. So this is how your data is created. So this is a simple way I can see how data is, how table is created and how data is inserted in the table. Next I want to retrieve the things from the table. So here you say here I say scan or query items. If I say scan, if I click on scan, it shows in which, from which table you want. So you have only one table, so employee. What all attributes you want, specific attributes, all attributes. Suppose if I want all the attributes, this is done, I say run. Once I run, I can see all the details against down in the down over here, items returned is down. Suppose I want to have some specific attributes, so it will say enter attribute name, I say department number. So department number is done. So now I say run. So it will show only the department number column, whatever it is shown. So these are different ways. So then I can query also. If I want to query, I can query. I can select query using querying. So inside querying also, these all attributes, whatever is there you want, you can give. Suppose I want to get employee number and I am entering the key as 101. Sort key as 101, and these all details it will show. So when I run, it will show, so no items because some error has come. So this way either you can query or you can scan directly from the table. So these are two things what you can do. So next this is how you create a table, you insert the data and you see the table. So next, if I want to see the details of the table, this can be seen over here. So I want to see how many rows are there. So I can say get live item count. I say scan. So it says how many rows are there, item count is 2. So this way I can see how many rows are there, and all, as I have said in the starting theory discussion, all the metrics will be shown, how much space is used, how much data is there. These all table capacity metrics are shown over here. So these all can also be seen. Suppose now once this is done and you want to remove this table, you can go back to your tables and then you can click on this. you say you want to delete the items, or you want to create you want to delete the table, directly you can delete this, or you want to delete the items in the table, you can go to, you have to select this table and you want to delete the tables. So, directly you have to go to table. So, here you check on this, once you check on this you say delete. So, it will say delete all CloudWatch alarms for employees. What CloudWatch is nothing but all the metrics you are going to get with this. So, this all you are checking, and I say confirm and I say delete. So, once I say this, the table is deleted. So, generally whatever you create in Amazon, generally it is good habit to delete, because otherwise as you are going to use the space you will be charged. So, generally after creating and working on it, it is better to delete the table. Thank you.